Howdy, everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Mike Laughlin, and I am chairman of the Lubbock Chamber of Commerce Ambassador Corps. If you're an ambassador here representing a Lubbock business, would you mind raising your arm really quickly? How many of you keep your arms up are going to use this bike lane every day now? A couple of us. I think Danny Solis, he likes to bike and be healthy and stuff. So, you know, this is very important. The Imagine Lubbock Together committee, this is a definite important thing to the mobility program. And so we're very happy that we're getting to bring this and essentially connect two amazing parts of Lubbock, Texas Tech University and Canyon Lakes, and get to do it, down our historic brick streets. And so on behalf of the Lubbock Business Community, I'm just really proud to be here today, and thank you all for being here with us. I have the pleasure of introducing Director of Public Works, Wood Franklin, to tell us a little bit about the bike lanes and the proper way, which side of the road to use, apparently, when you're riding on them, and just tell us about this project. So if everybody could give Wood a round of applause.
Thank you, appreciate it. First, I'd like to recognize some of the distinguished people that are here. We have appreciate Mayor Dan Pope attending. We also have Mayor Pro Tem Latrell Joy, and I believe we have Councilwoman Sheila Patterson over there, and appreciate your attendance today at this ribbon cutting. Again, I'd like to welcome everybody to the ribbon cutting of our first Complete Streets program. Several organizations were critical in getting this to this point and getting this project completed. I'd like to kind of mention them right now. The City of Lubbock, along with the Metropolitan Planning Organization, currently manages and maintains a comprehensive bicycle master plan. That plan identifies projects such as this and locations of these in that plan, and currently we are working to update that. So that's very critical in this situation. Also, Lubbock Chamber of Commerce, along with the Imagine Lubbock Together initiative, help provide citizen input for the needed bike lanes through town. Also, Texas Tech University, who continues to work with the City of Lubbock to coordinate locations for bike lanes to ensure a smooth transition between Texas Tech and other parts of the city and coming on and off campus. Also, part of the work getting this started was a coordination with Lubbock Downtown TIF Board, who provided input and support for this project as it continues and connects Texas Tech with downtown and helps provide pedestrian mobility and coordinates with the goals of the revitalization of downtown. Additionally, I'd like to thank our West Texas Cycling Association and their club, which included staff and also some council members. I believe Mayor Pro Tem Joy and I attended some of their meetings more than once to help provide input on much needed bike lanes and bike projects through town. So this project couldn't have happened with a lot of those organizations and some of their inputs. First, I'd like to discuss what is a complete street. Our complete streets are designed to balance safety and efficiency for all of the public right-of-way, or all the users of the public right-of-way, including pedestrians, bicyclists, motorists of all varying ages and abilities. The design for each complete street is unique, specific for the local needs of that street. Designs include, or may include, sidewalks, medians, curbs, extensions, bike lanes, marked crosswalks, designated turn lanes, pedestrian beacons, and also adjusting of traffic time signaling at signalized intersections. The overall goal of the complete street is to improve the safety of all modes of transportation and to encourage alternative modes of transportation such as walking and bicycling. In 2016, the City of Lubbock Traffic Engineering Department took up the Broadway project to improve safety and convenience in the downtown and provide a bicycle connection between Texas Tech, downtown, and the Canyon Lake system. Traffic volumes, signal timings, bicycle use, parking, pedestrian access were all considered in the design of the Broadway project. Early schematics were presented to business leaders, city planners, engineers, along with local bicycle groups for their input. We appreciate all of their inputs. Aspects of the project here on Broadway include crosswalks, which part of the project includes the increasing crosswalks downtown and along the corridor to provide additional visibility for pedestrians. Unmarked crosswalks were already present at most of the intersections in Broadway, and this design marked these crosswalks to help motorists identify and predict pedestrian traffic. Continuous left turn lane was designed through the entire length of this project also, which helps provide pedestrian refuge when they're crossing a street. Bicycle lanes were included. The MPO Bicycle Master Plan approved by City Council proposed bicycle lanes for Broadway some time ago. A reduction in traffic lanes along the full length of Broadway provided the extra space in the right-of-way necessary to implement these bike lanes. The design of the bicycle lanes give drivers an exact, or give the bicyclists an exact space on where to be and designated, and also allows the motorist to expect bicyclists. One thing you may notice is that bicycle lanes become shared lanes as they approach the intersections. Throughout the project, it has a solid white line which designates the difference between a traffic lane and a bicycle lane, but as it approaches an intersection, it becomes dashed, allowing for that vehicular movement to make a right-hand turn lane, but they do have to yield to the pedestrian or any bicyclists that are in that lane. Additionally, motorist traffic, vehicle volumes, and travel times were carefully considered during the design of this project, and it was determined that reduction in travel lanes would not significantly decrease the motorist times or increase motorist times. The continuous left turn lane and the dedicated right turn lanes allow for turning movement and allow for through traffic to continue without delays while other vehicles are waiting to make those turning movements. The Broadway Complete Street projects connects Texas Tech community with downtown, McKenzie Park, and existing bike routes at the Canyon Lake system. This stretch of roadway spans from University to MLK, assisting approximately 7,800 motorists a day. Total project cost was around $150,000 and was completed by a joint effort between contractors and the City of Lubbock staff. Contractors were hired to remove the existing striping along Broadway and install the new striping, while our city staff coordinated and painted the icons, markings, the arrows, and the pedestrian crosswalks. I'd like to thank Imagine Lubbock and citizen panels who we received input on the project, in addition for West Texas Cycling Association for sitting down with city staff to share their thoughts. The City of Lubbock Public Information, along with the Chamber of Commerce, will be releasing public service announcements and a public service announcement campaign to help educate the community on the laws and safety of these bicycle lanes. I know they're new to our community, and so some of the people are not familiar with how to navigate the lanes, so hopefully this will help. So please look for these announcements on the City of Lubbock social media outlet, the City of Lubbock news channel on Suddenlink Channel 2, and AT&T UVerse on Channel 99, along with our website, mylubbock.us. Additionally, in September, we're going to be hosting a public bicycle ride going from Texas Tech to the Canyon Lakes, and we hope that many citizens will participate in that bike ride and help enjoy these bicycle lanes now and for futures to come. And we also look forward to implementing this complete streets and other streets throughout town and other locations where they're needed. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mayor Dan Pope to add a few words.
Thanks, Mr. Franklin. I appreciate it. It's great to be here this morning. It's a great day in Lubbock, Texas. I want to start this morning by recognizing our homeless outreach team, those gentlemen that are part of Lubbock PD that are working so hard to work with our homeless population and our downtown business owners and residents. And so just help me recognize these guys. I also know we've got representatives here today from Congressman Arrington's office, as well as Senator Cornyn and Senator Cruz. So we appreciate you guys being here today. I wish we had his bicycle today, but we don't. But that's neither here nor there. So I want to thank. I'm not going to repeat what Wood had to say, other than to say I appreciate the Chamber's role in this. This restriping and the changes impact business, and I think there were initially some of them that showed concern, but I think once they understood what was going on, they've been supportive of this, and I think that's important because these business owners have investments in what we're doing here. For 23 years, I've come downtown to work. For 20 of those years, just right across the street to a building that we still own. I still travel down Broadway multiple times a day. I've seen no difference in the traffic. In fact, I think the continuous turn lane is an improvement in the traffic. I had to explain to a friend of mine that drives a big truck why we were doing this, and he's a he's a golfer, and I said, you can drive your truck to the golf course, and we have a safe street to do it on, and it's controlled by signals. But if you wanted to ride your bike from Central Lubbock to McKenzie Park, you've got to put it in your vehicle and drive it out there if you want to get to the Canyon Lakes. If you're going to ride a bike, you want to ride your bike to where you're riding. It's part of the whole experience, and that's what we're providing. We have citizens that choose to travel that way. I live in an older part of town close to Texas Tech. Many of my neighbors ride their bike to work. That's what they choose to do. That's fine. That's not what I choose to do, but it's part of living in community is that we're different, and the strength of our differences is what makes us strong. Okay, so I'm very supportive of this. We've got this is just step one. It's just 3 miles. I was talking with one of our bikers this morning, and we this is the first step. And my commitment is part of a community that's attractive to young people is a community where you can travel on your bike. And we need young people, okay? We need young people. That's our future. We need young people for good jobs. We need to keep more of our kids from Tech and LCU and South Plains College and Wayland here. If you give me long enough, I can tie this all back to economic development, but I'm not going to go there this morning. I want to thank the bikers for their patience, for their willingness to work with us. I've not been involved in a lot of those meetings. I'm going to let the Mayor Pro Tem speak here in a minute. She has been. But I see this as a great positive step forward for our community. So I'm pleased that you're here today to help us recognize this and to cut the ribbon, or we're going to break the ribbon. We're going to do this a little bit differently. It's going to be like a little bit more like Tour de France style here in a minute. So please welcome Mayor Pro Tem Latrell Joy.
Good morning. I would like to recognize our members of our biking associations that are here. We haven't done that. If you're in a biking club, association, raise your hand, throw your bike in the air, do something. All right. After I came on council, we began to get emails about the bike lanes and the safety of the bicycle riders in Lubbock. So one really cold wintry night, Wood Franklin and I went out to South Lubbock and met with a group of people who were really interested in safety and trying to get the bike lanes in place. There was information that they didn't know. There was a lot of information we didn't know. And quite frankly, they were a little bit upset with us because we had been so slow to do anything about the bicycle situation. However, out of that meeting grew all of these meetings and conversations that got us here today. I agree with Mayor Pope. This is biking is something that people enjoy. They do in their free time, or they do it going to and from work. City manager asked me if I was riding my bicycle over here this morning. I told him no, I can hurt myself walking down the hall. So you're not going to get me on a bicycle at this time. But we are so pleased that in a spirit of cooperation where citizens have concerns and the city has the ability to assist, that we partnered with all of the groups that have been mentioned, that being the Chamber, the Downtown TIF, the City Council, the City of Lubbock, our great engineers. And by the way, he is a biker. I'll tell you, he's a really good biker. But the cooperation that we had to get us here today. So thank all of you for coming and for being here. And we look forward to more bike lanes and more emphasis on safety, because our citizens need to recognize that bicycle riders do have rights, and they do have the right to be in their lanes. So let's spread the word, let's be safe, and let's enjoy the bike lanes. Thank you.
Appreciate it again. I'd like to thank everybody for coming. Turn it over to the Chamber and Mike, kind of organize everybody and get everybody set up. We'll be cutting the bike lane, or we'll be cutting the ribbon over here on the bike lane. We're going to be doing that, like Mayor said, a little different than we've done in the past. We'll be having our our representatives from the homeless outreach program, our homeless outreach team to ride through that ribbon. So join us over here.